Hello everybody. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I just want to wish everybody a very, very happy and healthy Thanksgiving. I'm making today a Thanksgiving stuffing. It's Thanksgiving Day. It's early in the morning, but not as early as I would like it to be because I still have a lot of things to do. But we're going to make the stuffing and I'm going to show you everything that I put in my stuffing. We're going to start with a chicken broth, any brand. It doesn't have to be Swanson chicken broth. You can use even your own if you make your own. Cornbread stuffing mix. I use a lot of this, so I probably put 2 boxes of this. The quantity is up to you. This year I'm not making that much, so this is not really that much. I usually make 2 of these. You just use the quantity of the ingredients that I'm giving you. It's up to you, depending on how much stuffing that you want to make. Okay, next ingredient is the maple pork sausage. You can, if you don't eat pork, you can just substitute this with chicken or anything else, any other type of meat that you would like. But this is what I use and it gives it a lot of flavor. Okay, also I'm using complete seasoning, salt, pepper, pecans. Okay, I buy these and then I chop the pecans. Celery, apple. I have 1 small apple. That's all I have. That's all I'm going to use. Cranberries, dry cranberries. Onions. I have a mixture of red and yellow onions in here. I'm definitely not going to use all this, but I just chopped it because I know I'm going to use it for something else, some other dish. So like I said, it's up to you, as the quantity is up to you. Okay, carrots. The carrots, I chop them like this because I'm going to cook them a little bit so they're not totally raw when you chew on them. So I'm going to chop them after they're cooked. I'm going to chop them a little bit smaller. And also rosemary. I pulled out all the needles. I pulled the needles off the stem and I'm just going to use the needles. And I also have anise seeds. I'm also going to sprinkle a little bit of these in there in the stuffing. And let me see what else I'm missing. Thyme. I wish I had the powder, the one that comes in powder, but I don't. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this in there, but not too much. First of all, I'm going to clear all this up and I'm going to go ahead and cook the sausage. Let's cook the sausage. Very important. We're going to start with that. And I'm also going to put the carrots to boil, like I said, just a little bit. So here we go. So the carrots are on their way. Boiling there. We're starting to boil. And now we're going to cook the sausage. Try to get as much as possible from in here. Squeeze the heck out of it. Okay. And now I think I'm gonna add a little bit, just a tiny bit of olive oil in here, just a bit. It has its own oil. The fat from the sausage shouldn't stick, but I'm still adding a little bit of olive oil. Okay, so the sausage is ready. I chopped it up as much as I could with a spoon, and I just let it brown a little bit. Not too much, but just a tiny bit, as you can see. So now I already turned the stove off. I'm going to put it to the side for it to cool. Okay, so we're just going to put it over there. And the carrots, I think I'm going to leave it there for a few more minutes. Since it started boiling, it's been like 4 minutes. In the meantime, while the carrots are cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and chop the celery, and I'm gonna use some of the leaves of the celery to put inside the stuffing as well. The leaves have just as much flavor as the celery itself. The only thing is without the crunch. Okay, so the carrots have been cooking for 5 minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and see the consistency that they have. Like I said, I don't want them raw, but I also don't want them too mushy. Let's try this one. Perfect. You see? They're perfect. Perfect. That's it. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. So it was 5 minutes, 6 minutes cooking. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take off this hot water so they don't continue cooking. I'm gonna pour some cold water in them, and then I'm gonna chop them as soon as they cool off. So I'm gonna put it there on this side to cool off. That's cold water. Okay, so let me go ahead and finish cutting the celery, chopping it up, and then I'll come back. Okay, so here it is, the celery chopped, and I used some of the leaves from the celery. Not too many, but just a little bit. So we got that. Now we're gonna start putting everything together. First, the stuffing. I usually buy stovetop stuffing, but it's not necessary. You can buy whichever one you like. Okay. I'm going to use 2. Let's add it doesn't matter which way, in what order you add and we'll just let's get the carrots. Align them as much as possible, and just like about that size. And this one's a little bit big, so let's just cut it a little bit more. If you find some of them that are a little bit too thick, you can go ahead and chop and slice them, make them a little bit smaller. Yeah, that's good. Okay, carrots are in. Now the celery and the celery leaves. The rosemary needles. So I'm going to put for now. Maybe later I'll add more. Onions. I'm going to add the onions now. Okay, I think that should be good. Pecans. And thyme. I'm gonna go ahead and Take the little leaves from the thyme. I don't want to get the stems in there if I can. Just the leaves. Okay, that's enough thyme. Now the cranberries. There's pepper. Salt. Don't overdo it with the salt. Complete seasoning. Don't overdo it with this either. Just a little bit. And the apple. I'm going to go ahead and cut the apple. I wanted the apple to be one of the last things to add. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and preheat the oven to 350. While we continue here cutting the apples and adding the rest of the ingredients. Okay, apples are in. And now we're going to add the broth. And here we go. Okay, so we're gonna mix and see. We're definitely gonna put some more for the broth. We want to get all those crumbs soaked. Oh, it smells delicious. Absolutely scrumptious. I'm going to add the entire box of the broth. So all the breadcrumbs will absorb the broth. And I'm thinking of adding another box of the croutons, the stuffing. I might just do that. I have an extra box there and I'm not going to use it for anything else. So I am going to use another box of the stuffing. Okay. My goodness. I have some mayonnaise there, which I might just put a little bit, just a bit. Okay, so I used 3 boxes of the stuffing, the stove top stuffing, 3 boxes of that, and 1 whole carton of the chicken broth. Okay, we're gonna add maybe 2. 1, 2, 3. 3 tablespoons of mayo. And it's optional. You don't have to add the mayo. Actually, everything here is optional. It's just like a guide of what I use for my stuffing. You can add or delete anything you want from here. And add as much or as little as you want of everything. And I'm going to taste it before I put it in the oven. Okay, I'm going to taste it because the sausage is actually cooked already. So it's ready to eat right now if you like. You don't have to put it in the oven. But it's good to put in the oven so all the flavors get absorbed and distribute better. I'm making this video for you guys and also for my family in case they want to make stuffing later on. As the years go by, they'll have this video. Everybody likes my stuffing. I'm the #1 fan of my stuffing. Okay, let me taste it and see. Okay, oven is ready. Let's get a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's good. Let me add some more cranberries. And I'm gonna just leave them there like that, up there. And also the walnuts, I'm just gonna sprinkle them on. Okay, and in it goes in the oven. 350 for 25 minutes in here. Okay, once it's out, I'll be back out. One thing I forgot to mention before I put the stuffing in the oven, I sprinkled some anise, the anise seeds, which I had not added. So I just sprinkled over it a little bit. I mean, a good amount. Maybe like about a teaspoon or so. Sprinkled all around, and it made a difference. It gave it like a really nice kick. So I recommend adding the anise. Okay, so here we are. The stuffing is done. I just left it for 20 minutes, not 25 minutes, at 350. I'm gonna give it a little bit more taste. Take a corner from from the edge here and see how it is. It's absolutely delicious. So there you have it. You might do away with the mayonnaise. The mayonnaise is really not needed. But everything else gives it an awesome taste. Thank you for watching. Have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. And please don't forget to subscribe. It's free. The subscription is free, of course. Everything here is free. And watch my other video.